We bought the fastest stock diesel truck in the world. While there's a lot of fast diesel trucks out there, none of them are as fast as the 2017 to 2019 6.7 Powerstrokes out of the factory, running a stunning 7.29 seconds 0 to 60. The only truck that can compete with this is the 2023 6.7 Powerstrokes. However, there aren't many performance parts for these trucks yet, so our next fastest option was the 2019 6.7 Powerstroke. We bought this truck as a shop truck to take to shows and also run the fastest 0 to 60 we have ever had on the channel. So in today's video, we will be testing the baseline fuel mileage and 0 to 60 and showing y'all this awesome truck.
Behind me is something that I've been waiting to introduce to the channel for quite a while, and that is this 2019 6.7 Powerstroke King Ranch. Just bought this truck for the channel. This is going to be a show truck, so we're taking this truck to a ton of shows across Texas, and we're hoping to build this truck out super fast and just kind of like a sleeper build. It's a very, very clean truck. There's no dents in it, very little to any scratches on the paint. We bought this truck strictly for PSC Automotive and Powerstroke Central. Done to the truck already. We already put a leveling kit, so we got a Bilstein 5100 leveling kit on it. It's a 2.5-inch level. That's why it kind of sits a little bit level right now, is because there is a leveling kit on it. But that being said, we're gonna go ahead and test the 0 to 60 today. We're gonna test the fuel mileage on it. We're gonna do an oil change as well on it. And we're gonna do a couple other things. And I wanna hand it over to my technician. He's gonna kind of tell you guys what to go about looking for, like when you go and buy a Powerstroke, and also where you guys can take it whenever you do, plan on buying it, which we offer pre-purchase inspections here. For 130 bucks, you guys can get your entire truck looked at and make sure that it doesn't have any problems before you bring it in. So super pumped up because this truck is something that we are waiting to build. Finally got it on the channel, and now the main goal with this truck, first couple mods that we're gonna do is we're gonna do a pusher kit, we're gonna do a piping kit on it, we're gonna do a KC Stage 3 turbo on it, we're gonna do a DCR pump. There's a couple other things, maybe a fast fuel system and a cold air intake, and a couple other things that we're trying to plan to do on this truck. I'm gonna go a little bit more in detail as to what we're looking at doing, but we're gonna go ahead and fire it up for you guys. I'm gonna hand the phone over to hand the camera over to the technician, and he's gonna go ahead and kind of tell y'all guys, what to look for when buying a truck, and then we're gonna do a 0 to 60 with it later in the video. So stay tuned, let's get into it. 6.7 Powerstroke King Ranch F250. This is probably one of the cleanest trucks that we've bought. Freaking awesome truck. I like the red two-tone thing. We're gonna keep the split tip as well. That's something that we really wanted to do, is keep the split tip, make it like a sleeper build. There's the Bilstein shocks behind there that we've already put on the truck, as well as the leveling kit up here. What we went different on the leveling kit up here is we put a spring. On my truck, I put a block up at the top, but with the spring rides a lot better that we found here at my shop, so that's why we put a spring instead of a actual block on this one. See the interior here? It's immaculate. Still got the that right there. And of course, we always keep a bottle of the BG lubricity in here, just because that helps the CP4 pumps dramatically. Freaking awesome truck. 5% tint all the way around. Got a little PPF up here for the paint. This is basically the company truck. This is kind of the truck that we're gonna run for PSC Automotive and diesel repair, as well as we're gonna be modding it. This truck is gonna be a mod out for Powerstroke Central. So this is basically gonna add on to the collection that we bought here. I wanna show you guys what we're kind of gonna do under the hood real quick, so that way y'all guys can see. So what we're gonna do right now is y'all can see the basic factory look of it. What we really want to envision is we're gonna pull all of this off right here, and we're gonna put it to a piping kit. So you can actually remove this upper intake manifold, and there's an intake manifold or a manifold right below that we're actually gonna remove, and we're gonna replace it with a pusher kit. What comes in the pusher kit, it's gonna go from this intake, and we're gonna get rid of this throttle body right here, and it's gonna go straight to the turbo. And then the upper and lower intake manifold will be removed by the piping kit, and the piping kit will go straight to the valve covers. So it's gonna look super clean. There's gonna be basically nothing up in here. It's not gonna look all as crowded, and hopefully it's gonna look even better once we're done with it. That's kind of the basic stuff we want to do.
All right, guys, so the main thing we went to go look for when we bought this truck is, this is number one thing I've always looked for, is the crankcase filter. When we bought it, the crankcase filter was changed, so it made me feel better. The second thing I obviously checked was blow-by, and this thing has got 0 blow-by. Like, I mean, it's barely even steaming, and we just drove here. So the other thing I did do is I know it's never, I looked at all the Carfax and saw it never had a transmission service, so we did a BG transmission flush on this thing. So instead of like dropping the pan and filter, it took out every ounce of oil fluid in that transmission and sucked it out, and then when it was sucking it out, it was putting brand new fluid in there. This is, I mean, the transmission fluid is red on this thing. And also lowered my transmission temps by 5 degrees, so look how red that fluid is. And we have 5,000 miles on it since we've been driving it. Transmission fluid's still bright red. The most important thing is oil leaks. That's the second thing I want to go look for. Is immediately I went underneath this truck. As you can see, this oil pan, I mean, the whole underneath of this thing is bone dry. Never seen a leak Third thing would be to check the fuel system, but there is nothing really to check on it. I mean, besides if you had a check engine light that you could do at a dealership. The other thing I want to go check is real common on the Powerstroke, 6.7 Powerstrokes is these T-fittings right here. So usually these clamps come loose, go in and out, and they actually cause a coolant leak that is really kind of hard to find on these. You'll notice your coolant bottle goes down maybe a gallon every 10,000 miles. You have to keep an eye on it. It's a really, really slight coolant leak, but also notice these were real nice on there and tight. My coolant level was at the right place. My secondary looked good. I looked at the Carfax and the fuel filters were changed every 15,000 miles, sometimes as early as 7,500. When I bought the truck, just in case though, we changed the fuel filters again. The one thing we believe in real big is the beachy lubricity. This is kind of made for these CP4s, I want to say, in a sense, but this is how you're going to keep your CP4 alive. I know some customers that have ran this, they're hotshot drivers, and they put 700,000 miles on the original CP4 pump and never had a issue. So other most common things on these things is death wobble. So when we were at the dealership, we shook the wheel real good, and this is how we pretty much do it. Wheel real aggressively left and right. And see if there's any play. Some it might have a little bit play in the track bar and stuff like that, but we did feel like the steering shock was giving out, so we did put that. We bought the Bilstein 5100 stabilizer too and put on there, and it really tightened up this whole truck. Man, from the ride from factory to this lifted, usually you lose a little bit of comfort, but man, this truck with the 5100 shocks, it really woke it up and changed the whole way it drives. Usually F250s are kind of rough to drive in, and man, you go 80 in this truck thinking you're going 60. So I mean, it's a real comfortable truck. I mean, really nothing wrong with it at all.
Got the massaging seat.
Yeah, I got the massager sheets in there too, so we can get you right.
So those are just some of the things that we check for on this 6.7 Powerstroke. There's a little bit more that we'll look for. If you guys want to get a pre-purchase inspection from us at my shop, PSC Automotive and Diesel Repair, you guys can bring it in. But let's go do some tests now. We're going to do the oil change, and then we're going to go do some 0 to 60 tests, a little bit of a fuel mileage test, a couple more things. So let's get that oil change done and then go from there. We're about to go do the rip in the 6.7 Powerstroke here. This is a completely bone stock 6.7 Powerstroke, absolutely nothing done to it. Throw our guesses out right now. My guess two-wheel drive is going to be 7.7 seconds, and my guess four-wheel drive is going to be 6.5 seconds.
7.4 two-wheel drive, and I say about 6.3 two-wheel drive, or 6.3 four-wheel drive.
Got to show you guys it in the sunlight here. Illuminati. Shoo! We're in the 6.7 right now. We're gonna do a two-wheel drive pull first. So we're gonna do one two-wheel drive, one four-wheel drive, and see what she gets completely bone stock. We're gonna do everything at one time though. So we're gonna get everything at one time. That's gonna be a full complete build. So when we get this video out, it's gonna be a big video. What are you gonna boost it to?
Like 10.
10?
All right, ready?
Yeah, we're ready. Here we go. Oh, fuck. See how it has a governor on it? Yeah, the governor won't let you go past. Damn. Alright. What do we get? 7.29. Holy crap. That's actually pretty quick for a bone stock truck. 7.29 two-wheel drive. That's actually not bad. I guess was 7.7, his was 7.3, so we were pretty close. He was really close. You were 0.01 seconds off. All right, you're good, whatever. Here we go. Full drive launch. I've never done one stock. Jesus! Go! Go! Holy fuck. All right. 6.57. That's pretty good. I was on the money on that one. I guess 6.5.
What did I say?
You said 6.3, I think. No.
That first initial though,
You're like,
no, that first initial, we're losing so much.
I know.
Nothing.
Yeah. It has a governor on the beginning, guys. Like you can tell night and day it has a governor on it because it's so stock. Because like right when you get into it, it's like whoa, and then it just goes. All right, we got a good baseline though. I'll pop up the numbers right here of the 0 to 60s. Want to see? We're gonna do the oil change, then we're gonna do a fuel mileage test after and see what she gets. So baseline 0 to 60s pretty good. I'm actually kind of surprised. Before we put any of the mods on, I'm guessing after the mods, I'm guessing 4.1 seconds 0 to 60.
I'm four-wheel drive.
And four-wheel drive 4.1.
I say 3.8. Yeah, 3.8 to 3.7.
Jesus, for a full cab 6.7 Powerstroke's a little quick, but I think it's gonna be 4.1. Two-wheel drive, I guess, we'll probably get like 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Because you're just gonna spin out the whole time. She's pretty quick for right now. We got the guesses after the mods. We're gonna do the oil change now, do a fuel mileage test. We're about to do an oil and oil filter change on this 6.7 Powerstroke. One thing that we do like to use here at my shop is Shell Rotella T6 5W40. The reason we're using 5W40 is because it's what recommended on this truck. We're also using a Motorcraft oil filter here. You're supposed to do this every single oil change, so we're gonna be doing both of these with the actual oil change on this 6.7 Powerstroke. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into it here. I just wanted to tell you guys exactly what we're gonna be using. So let's get into the oil change. Filling her up. How many quarts? 13. We're gonna go ahead and now fire it up here and show y'all guys starting it up. We're gonna drive it now and test the fuel economy here. We're gonna reset it and drive 20 miles so we can test the fuel economy on this and get a baseline here as to what exactly we're working with. 16.4 right now, not bad. They're gonna reset it though. So we're gonna drive it about 20 miles and see what the fuel economy is. It's gonna be mainly highway and city miles, so it's gonna be kind of a combination of both. And just kind of get our base fuel mileage and compare it to the other trucks as well. Rolling into the final 20 miles and we're getting 15.1 miles per gallon. So that's about our starting. Once again, that's city and highway driving. Here we got 15.1 miles per gallon, got a pretty decent 0 to 60. Now we're gonna do some mods on this truck and really show you guys the power we can make with it. Dyno it at
the tire after all of it?
Yeah.
Oh, like 750,
750, holy crap. So if you guys wanna get any of this stuff done, oil change, any modifications done to your truck, you guys can come into our shop, or you can buy all the modifications that we do on my website, pscrepair.com, or you can also call the phone number on the screen. Either one works.